What is it that makes a bike ride truly legendary? Is it just the scenery, the epic climbs, or is it the people you're with? Well, today we're going to find out. We're diving into one of California's most beloved events, the Tierra Bella, and we're going to let the riders themselves tell the story. So, to get to the bottom of this, we went right to the source, the folks who've actually ridden it. We dug through tons of their feedback to figure out, what's the secret sauce here? Let's take a look at what they had to say. Okay, so as you start reading what people wrote, this one phrase just keeps popping up over and over again. It's almost like a chant. First class. You get this sense right away that from the minute you pull into the parking lot, this whole thing is just on another level. And listen, this isn't just another organized ride you pencil into your calendar. It's something more. It's an experience that really catches people off guard, Even cyclists who've done dozens of these things. You might roll up thinking, okay, this will be a nice day on the bike. But what we're hearing is that people consistently leave just blown away, saying it was so much more than they expected. So right off the bat, we know the whole thing is built on this foundation of just brilliant organization. That's takeaway number one. But hey, a perfectly organized ride doesn't mean much if the route itself is a dud, right? So let's get to the main event. The ride itself. All right, so the name, Tierra Bella, it literally means beautiful land. And let me tell you, that's not just some clever marketing, it's a promise. You've got 4 different routes to choose from, and each one is like this perfectly painted picture of Santa Clara County when it's just exploding with color in the spring. So think about it. What kind of ride are you looking for? Are you in the mood for a gorgeous kind of cruisy 30-miler where you can just soak it all in? Or are you ready to go big and take on a full-on century with, wow, over 6,700 feet of climbing? The point is, whatever your vibe is for the day, they've got a route that's just perfect for you. And the riders, they all say the same thing. That name is spot on. The scenery comes up in the feedback constantly. It really drives home that this ride isn't just about grinding out the miles. It's about getting lost in these absolutely incredible Northern California landscapes. And you know what's really cool? The praise isn't just for the huge, epic century ride. People doing the shorter routes are just as excited. They talk about how well-paced they are, how thoughtful the layout is. It just goes to show you that no matter which route you pick, you're getting the A+ experience. But okay, let's talk about the climbers. If you're someone who lives for the burn in your legs, oh yeah, Tierra Bella has got you covered. The longer routes hit you with these legendary climbs like Henry Coe, the kind that make you work for it. But man, is it satisfying when you get to the top. These are the stories you'll be telling later for sure. So, amazing routes, check. But a pretty road is just one piece of the puzzle, right? The thing that really takes a ride from being just good to being truly unforgettable, well, that's the people. And that brings us to the volunteer support, which is honestly famous in its own right. Just look at that number for a second. 200, over 200 volunteers from the Almaden's Cycle Touring Club, all out there on the course with a single goal, to make sure your day is absolutely perfect. And this quote just nails the feeling. It's not just about, oh, there's a van if I get a flat tire. No, it's something deeper. It's about feeling genuinely cared for, like you're part of this big, welcoming cycling family for the day. I mean, think about it. When you've got that kind of support network, SAG wagons on call, helpful volunteers everywhere, even police managing tricky intersections, it just takes all the stress away. You can just ride. You can focus on the pedaling, the scenery, and just enjoying the moment. Okay, all this riding, it's gonna make you hungry, right? And, well, if you ask the riders, the food at Tierra Bella is just as big a deal as the climbs. People go on and on about the food. And there's one thing in particular, the famous nut breads. Apparently, they're this long-standing tradition, and they're so good that people literally talk about looking forward to them all year long. And it's not just the bread. We're talking homemade cakes. Seriously. Every single rest stop is like a mini feast. It's not just prepackaged bars. You can really tell how much care the volunteers put into everything. So it's not just about the ride and the food, it's about the whole vibe. You've got music on the course, Mardi Gras music and beads. And then you get to the finish line and there's a DJ, there are food trucks. It's basically a party that you happen to ride your bike to. A party on 2 wheels. So I think the message from everyone who's written this is pretty clear, right? It's an incredible experience. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, I want in, here's what you need to know to write your own Tierra Bella story. All right, get your calendars out. It's Sunday,
April 12th, 2026. And this one is going to be extra special because it's also the 50th anniversary of the club that puts it all on, the Almaden Cycle Touring Club. And get this, your registration actually includes a membership to the club. How cool is that?
Okay, one more really important date for you to circle on that calendar, February 15th. That's the deadline for early bird pricing. So if you want to get the best deal and make sure you have a spot, you're going to want to sign up before then.
You know, when you strip away all the details, it really just comes down to this simple quote from a rider: a great, fun ride in a beautiful location. What more could you ask for? This is your invitation to kick off your riding season in the best way possible. So after hearing what everyone else had to say, the only question left is, are you going to be there?